I'm afraid. Afraid of quite a few things. For example, that I say something wrong on my YouTube videos. Or that I get stomach pains again because my girlfriend invited me for coffee and cake. Or that I don't have enough time to take care of my job, family, and my own desires. Fear is the body's natural response to threats or danger. However, today we no longer fear for our lives that could be taken by the saber-toothed tiger. No, today pretty much anything can scare us. My name is Dominika Hansch, so let's take a closer look at this topic. So, fear is a natural reaction of the body when something unknown or unfamiliar enters our life. Millions of years ago, these were above all threats or dangers to the life and limb of an individual or perhaps the family. Due to changed living conditions, now we have learned to be afraid of almost everything, be it the upcoming job interview, an exam, or an unexpected encounter with another human being. The fear itself isn't bad, it's just a chemical reaction in the body that tells us, oh, I'm in an unfamiliar situation, be alert. But then, what do you do? And what do you do with this harmless feeling? We paint the worst horror stories of what can go wrong. But be honest with yourself, how many of these stories have come true? You always have the choice to steer the feeling of fear into a positive or negative spiral. Let's walk through this with a few examples. One of the most common fears is the fear of the unknown. It's normal to feel uncomfortable when you find yourself in unfamiliar situations, when you want to try something new. So you're afraid of change here. Stepping out of your comfort zone and embracing life changes is not that easy. You're afraid of what is to come and of the uncertainty of what will happen after all. The tried and tested could be the better choice, and the new could turn out to be disadvantageous. So you wait and see how things unfold until you are forced to face the fear. So why not act on that fear at first touch? Maybe there are ways to use your pinky toe to test the water temperature. Maybe you can implement the change in smaller steps for 1 or 2 weeks to try it out, or you arrange a trial period for that new work to get a feel for the position. Then it suddenly turns out that the fear was unfounded, or that this dream job of your own coffee shop was just a dream. Then you may have invested a few hours or days in this new idea, but now you're 100% sure it's not right for you. Another common fear is the fear of failure. Whether at work, at school, or in love, you feel like you're not good enough, or that you can't live up to the expectation of others. This fear then leads to sabotaging yourself by not trusting yourself, being reluctant to take risks, or trying new things. The more often you give in to this fear, the more you confirm this opinion about yourself. You are simply not good enough. After all, you've just proven it once again. But what's the worst that can happen? If you're honest, mistakes have often happened to you in professional life, at school, and also in romantic relationships. That's life. Were the consequences of these mistakes really as bad as you imagined them to be? I invite you to consciously make a list of your biggest mistakes and crimes at work, school, or in love. Then write what the consequences were and how they significantly influenced your further life. You will find that the fears are often unfounded because somehow the tide has turned for the better, or the consequences have enriched your life and inspired you to tackle something really important. Fear of rejection is also very common. Maybe you too are afraid of not being accepted or not belonging to a certain group. Then you withdraw and isolate yourself to protect yourself from rejection. But where does this fear come from? The answer is quite easy. From your childhood. You have experienced situations where changes happened faster than you understood the situation. You did not meet the expectations of your parents, teachers, classmates, or other caregivers at one time or the other. And then you were treated with contempt, or you felt not accepted. So you want to avoid those feelings at all costs today. But are you still that child? A situation that you couldn't properly classify as a child means that today you close yourself off to changes, new situations, other people. Take that little child by the hand and show him that he or she wasn't responsible for the situation, that it's completely normal that he or she didn't know how to handle the situation. Even the adults in your life didn't know any better at the time. They were doing their best. You can be sure they would have tried to support you better to deal with this problem. Now you're not that kid anymore, so you can do better. You can deal with these situations much better now. Be daring. Fear only shows you that something is unfamiliar. Nothing more, nothing less. Say hello to this uncertainty. You can change the world. With this thought, I would like to say goodbye this week. If you liked the video, then give me a thumbs up. If you have comments, ideas, write me below in the comments. And otherwise, I see you next week, right? Bye bye.